We done gone from last season to Professor Megan, she don't know nothing, to this season, and he's got his saying of the year with this.
Shit! You always talk about having my best interest at heart, but you don't tell me shit to protect myself. This is my life. My career. What the fuck did you just get me into?
Damn, I'm sorry, Zeke. I should have took that card away from you. I'm gonna make this right, I promise.
Yo, I can't with Zeke, man. This dude, yo, on the low, he's the comic relief, and I don't even think he know it. He was trying to act his ass off in that scene, and we're gonna break this episode down along with all the other Easter eggs they gave us for this episode of Power Book 2 Season 2. If you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so when I drop videos, you get them. Also, the winner of the Power t-shirt giveaway this week is my man, Win Cook. Please go ahead and hit me in the DM with your contact information. And if you want to be in the runnings this week to win Power t-shirt or hoodie, all you got to do is go over to IG, subscribe, or follow me on IG. Then shoot me a DM on what was your favorite moment of this episode. So they just start us out, ladies and gentlemen, with Tariq going over here to meet Tate. And now we learn Tate's brother is going to be an investigator for the DA's office. And I'm so glad they brought his brother back into this thing. But y'all know good and damn well, with him working in the DA office, he's going to be working with the girl Cooper Sacks is screwing, which means Tate is going to be pressing him for information, which means we've just got a whole cabal for Kamal full of shit. He's about to be getting himself into some trouble because of his damn brother, which is going to lead us to Tate's series, which is going to probably see these two in a world of hurt. But in any event, Tariq comes here because he needs to figure out what's going on with Yaz. He needs his sister. You know, he needs his help. Tate's like, bruh, pro quid co, or whatever that term is. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And Tariq's like, I need something up front. Tate goes with it. Short man Tate got him looking in here all evil. He goes with it because he knows Tariq is good for it. Tariq can get things. Tariq has that ghost in him. So he says, look, man, I'll get you what you need. You just make sure you give me what I need with a little interest on the back end. And we know that they've got like 5 stories going on this season that could all fall on their head, but that is Power at its utmost best. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this relationship. Then we get Tariq having to meet up with Monet, Kane, just basically letting Reek know that Kane done got a distro. And I'm shocked Tariq wasn't questioning this a little more. Tariq seemed too cool for me, too cool for school. Kane tells Monet he needs the money up front. Monet's like, what the hell, you don't trust me? He was like, hey man, new connect. And I'm still wondering why is Monet not asking questions about the connect? Well, let me take that back. She's looking at Zeke as her meal ticket. End of the day, she talked about all them other hoes when she the main hoe trying to take from Zeke. That's her meal ticket, and she ain't really thinking about the drug game. She, you know, people, you can tell her mind is gone. That thing below her pants is steaming hot, like Carrie Milgram, and her mind is out of the drug game. And that's why she ain't really doing her job of investigating. And then they all leave Tariq, and his ass got to walk. And he's like, all I done for this family, y'all making me walk. I kind of agree with Tariq on that one. Yeah, man, somebody could have gave this man a ride. But how in the hell Tariq show up in the first place? They was all standing there, then he just pops up like a ninja. Wow, Power going ninja style. Then we show up at the rooftop party Mecca is having. And they up here doing like a different version of pin the tail on a donkey. Or if you of Hispanic heritage, you tend to do, beat the pinata on somebody's birthday, and you beat the pinata, candy comes out. These dudes up here on the rooftop with stuff covering their eyes, spinning around with sharp ass knives, stroking the pig. Look at that pig hanging up there. And when you cut them open, there's drugs and shit inside the pig, man. Wow. I mean, this dude, this Mecca dude, he is nutty. And he's having a conversation. And are you guys paying attention to his cook? Keep an eye on that cook. That cook know everything. Somebody probably gonna hem up that cook and beat him down for information on Mecca. Because the cook know everything. That is if the cook ain't involved as a cop or something, because they did reveal during this conversation, this cat right here who keep running his mouth, revealed that your boy Mecca has some ties to Kuwait. So you folks that thought he was in some form of the armed forces, yeah, absolutely right. And then he was about to run his mouth and tell Kane that he's chasing some panty draws, which is his mama, but Mecca came right back up here, and this is straight from the trailer. When I said it looked like he choking somebody, well, this is the dude he was choking to shut his ass up. He choked him out. And Kane seems to be cool with everything. What the hell, Kane? Bruh, I need you to get a clue, man. I don't mean get one. I mean you need to get the whole box of clues. Matter of fact, go get some glue and glue all the clues in your brain, because, bro, you slipping this episode. You slipping. You messing up big time. And then we get old Detective Bodyguard. He's got Zeke's phone, and look who's calling Zeke. Carrie is calling Zeke. And then he goes in there, and he questions my man. He's asking Zeke all about Professor Caradad Milgram. And Zeke, for the most part, holding his own like, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. That's his favorite line. I don't know nothing. He's telling this man he don't know nothing, and the man just continues to berate him for information. But in round one, I would have to say Zeke won, because he's been in there for hours. Dude is just trying to sweat him out, and Zeke ain't say nothing. Zeke's holding it down. And then we get Mecca talking to Kane while he's in here trying to lift weights, got his veins all popping out and shit. Dude, you probably ain't drunk water in like 4 days just to get your veins to look like that for the TV. But anyway, he's talking to Mecca about Tariq. And he's asking him a lot of questions. And you would think somebody who's in the drug game, you know how the feds do. I'm not saying that I've had my day in the drug game, but I mean, you know, I have been arrested. And when people that you don't really know that well are asking you a bunch of questions, that is usually a dead giveaway. They are the feds, or as I always tell people, when someone say you can trust me, that is a giveaway not to trust their ass. But Kane, thirsty for drugs ass, wants to get in the game so hard that he's looking at this dude as a meal ticket the same way Monet is looking at Zeke as a meal ticket. And he's out here singing like a little damn mockingbird. When, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting more of this dude's background. He's definitely some kind of a, we know he's with the military, but beyond that, he's got to be in some kind of federal something. There's just no way. Because I think the person he's ultimately investigating, I don't think it's Tariq. I don't think it's the drug gang. I think it's something bigger than that. It could be Simon Stearns, because whatever he wants is big, but Monet is also a part of this story. And if Kane was smart, Kane should have got his ass up and walked right on out this discussion. But he didn't, and we know where Kane's mind is at. Then we get right on back to Detective Kevin Bodyguard, still grilling Zeke. Zeke ain't had his phone call. He pulls out his phone, tells him, Carrie's calling you. And then he also mentions to Zeke that Carrie's not the woman you thought. Carrie was community pussy. And Zeke's like, no, she ain't like that. She ain't like that. And he reveals that he knew Carrie back in the day, which if Zeke was thinking, he should have pressed him on that. And then he also reveals the relationship about Jabari, and that's when you know he was trying to drop the hammer on Zeke. Because Zeke had no idea Carrie was still messing with Jabari. Zeke thought he had them old, rolled, and dusty draws to himself. That's what he thought. And at that moment, that's when Detective Bodyguard felt like he had him. But Zeke still, he held true. He held true to his own and still didn't give up no information. So as of right now, Zeke is holding up. And we was all taking bets on how he was going to crack, but he's holding up. Tariq calls Bash. If you guys remember, Bash is the boyfriend of Simon Stearns. because Tariq needs 30 grand in clean money. You know, he's got this thing going on where he's going to try to get Yaz up out of there. And he calls Bash and let him know, look, man, I need you to wash this money for me. And Bash is like, bro, I can do it, but you're going to have to pay me $30,000. You're going to have to pay me $30,000 to get this LLC pumping for you. And you need to have yourself a president, someone you can trust. It can't be you. And it can't be Tariq because Tariq really just got out of trouble. So Tariq got to lay low on pretty much everything he's doing. But he did find someone. But ladies and gentlemen, the person he found is going to be in high question by the end of this season because he's going to get tested. And then we get the meeting between Kane, Reek, and Braden, where they're going to get the drugs and they're going to make their sales. And in this moment, we start to learn a little bit more of what Kane's plan is. Kane's plan is to somehow or another have the ups on Tariq. And in this episode, we learn how he plans on pulling that shit off. And that's going to backfire. You heard it here first. So now they got the drugs, Reek and Braden. And Braden done set up some smart stuff at that little location that Lauren showed Tariq. He's got it where you scan a QRS code to the wall. The wall looks like bricks because they use a 3D printer. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't believe this technology is out here, it is. Not too far from where I live, there's a guy building 3D homes with a printer. It's out here, my people. So this is a great scheme, but let me tell you what the fly in the ointment is with this scheme. You're letting people have these individual lockers. You're leaving the drugs in there and you expect them to put the money in there. Bruh, you're doing something dirty. There's no honor among thieves. If this was a legitimate thing, you're going to be short some money because when they open that locker and they see the drugs, why even put the money in there? Just take off with the drugs. Unless this QRS code somehow or another tags you to who the individual is, which it shouldn't, because then you've got a whole host of information that the police can run on you. But I digress. We'll pretend like it works. And right now it is a great little scheme. But the other issue is people walking up and down this little secret place that Lauren found. It ain't going to be so much of a secret if they start seeing cameras, start seeing people going up and down this place. Then we get Kane meeting up with Mecca, and Kane is talking about how he wants to control Tariq. And Mecca's like, all you got to do is control Tariq through Braden. Damn good idea. But it also, did you guys pick up on the thing? It seems like Mecca kind of wants to get at Braden's family too. He knew all the details of Braden's family being rich. He knew all the details of Braden knowing Tariq for a very long time. And how would he not know that unless he done some homework or know something from the original Power? Keep your eyes on this Mecca, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on this Mecca. This dude, man, he's dirty. He is as dirty as a pig in a slop. And we're going to have to see what we're going to do to get his ass to be washed clean. So now that Kevin knows, thanks to Zeke lied and said that he wasn't with Carrie. He goes and tells Carrie that her alibi is completely blown because he got Zeke in custody. And of course she's sad. She's been trying to call Zeke the whole time he's in there with Detective Kevin. And she's like, what are you going to do? And while she's having that conversation, Mr. Optimistic himself, my man Tate, is sitting right there listening to everything. Now, we've been wanting to know at what episode was he going to get the draws. We said, what episode? Now that he has this information, put your hands in the air if you don't think he'll use this to get Carrie's draws. My hand is high in the air, so high I'm touching the sky. He's going to use this shit because he's still got connections. He's going to use it. He's going to be able to save Carrie somehow, some way. She's not going to have no choice but to give up them draws. My man Tate is going to get them. Diana goes and meet her dad in jail just simply because she don't trust this new reunion with Kane. And she knows her mom is spiraling out of control. And her dad basically tells her, trust me, trust family, family first, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, Let me tell y'all what's going on with this. You guys are seeing the very beginnings of what I said when this season first started. Before we even seen any episode, I said it was going to wind up being Mecca, Monet, maybe Kane or Tariq versus Daddy Tejada, Drew, and Diana. And you're already seeing this. Monet is fracturing away. She's about to have her new love. Diana still loves her daddy. She's going to the jail cell to see the daddy. Mark my words, you can come back and thank me later. Dante done swoon and wound Monet into a restaurant that he bought out just to impress her. And we learned that her old name is Nene Stewart. She looked like a damn Nene. But look at the way she's looking at him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the look of Monet telling y'all that her box is hot, dusty, and musty and need to be aired out. And the person she wanted to air it out is this guy right here, Mecca. And she's looking at him with just the most lustful intent. But we also learned that the place he knocked over dumpsters was not her mother's house, which should be creeping her out even more, because these was questions we was asking on the live stream. Was this the house she lived in as a kid? We know that it's not. So after 24 years, this dude just find you knock over dumpsters and you don't seem to have a problem with being creeped out. See, her mind is gone, y'all. It is gone, and she's letting her guard down, and I wonder if it's going to come back to bite her in the butt. And we all talked about old white Karen Sierra getting that story on Zeke, and now she's up here talking to my hood girl and Lauren about what agency is going to get her the most money for it. We knew this was going to go that way. We knew it. Hood girl's in the room grilling Lauren about her love for Tariq. And then Hood girl mentions, you know what, that's why you don't mess with undergrads, because they don't know how to respect a real woman. So that go ahead and tell you everything you need to know about her. She fucking dudes who 40 plus. And she, be honest with you, she dressed up like she older than a undergrad student. So she letting you know where she giving them draws up herself. Did you guys notice how not only did she put in this drawer a blunt, but she also put course correct drugs in there too? Is this going to somehow come back to get Lauren in trouble? Because I think this is Lauren's drawer. And she done put that in there. They ain't show us that for no reason. Lauren goes to meet Tariq, and she sees Diana leaving the secret spot that she showed Tariq. And of course she's hot with Tariq, wanting to know what the hell you doing. And that's when Tariq does something that a lot of people do. And I want you guys to keep an eye on this in your relationships. Have you ever been dating somebody who's a dirtbag and you are the good person in the relationship? And when they do some dirt or do something stupid, the way they try to get back in with you is by talking about shit that involves their family, like their mother, their kid, their aunt, somebody that had a baby. They try to woo you because they know you're a good person. Well, that's exactly what the hell Tariq is doing right here with Lauren. And you know what her ass fell for again. He says, let me take you somewhere. And he's going to meet Yaz. And you know what? Lauren fell for it, and she went. Zeke calls Monet. Of course, she's not answering her phone because Monet is in ecstasy. That hot box, that dusty old box, is about to get the crab legs knocked right the hell off of it, because she's flying, jet setting with Mecca in the helicopter, twirls and swirls, kissing and hugging, and boy, I wonder, did she give it up in there? So no phone call getting picked up. Zeke just stuck in jail right now. And while all that's happening, Lauren goes in there with Tariq, with Yaz, and they got a loaded teddy bear, my people. Never seen any other show come up with a loaded teddy bear until Power, but they got a loaded ass teddy bear. And Lauren gets the CPA worker to go to the bathroom. She says, to your left or my left. Was anybody buying that? That was crazy. She really bought that. And that lets you know Lauren was in on this scheme that Tariq is pulling, because he gives Yaz the cell phone that was in the teddy bear and tells Yaz to call him if she ever needs anything or whatever. Now let's hope that Yaz don't mess this up. I do like this Yaz. She's playing the hell out of an emotional little sister, and she was asking Lauren all the right questions, saying all the right things. Let's hope that she will give him a call, and let's hope the call she gives him is not nothing where she's in trouble. Then after that, this is exactly what I'm talking about, people. When it's somebody good who's got their heart near and dear to the things society put on us as what we should believe in terms of morality, goodness, good for goodness sake, Lauren done got on that emotional roller coaster and she giving up the draws to Tariq. Yes, she did. Tariq even did it in the right way. It's like, are you sure you want this? You sure you want this? And Lauren says, yes. Damn. Whatever happened to Mushmouth Malcolm? Did she go ahead and kick him to the curb, or is she cheating on him in this moment? Leave me your comments. And so while they're having their little after-nut lay session, Lauren lets Tariq know that Sierra is dropping the dime on Zeke with that recording she had. And Tariq is like, oh no, Lauren, why you ain't tell me about that? Lauren didn't know what was going on. Can't blame her. And at that moment, he had to call his boy Meth McLean. Then we get back to the show. Oh boy. Zeke mentions he's got a PBA card from Ramirez. Now, mind you, they don't know what happened. The police don't know what happened to Ramirez. Neither does Zeke. And for those of you wondering what is a PBA card, well, your boy mine's going to tell you. PBA stands for Police Benevolent Association. Nearly every police officer in the United States is a member. Friends and family members of police officers are sometimes given a PBA courtesy card. A PBA card will usually have printed on it, the bearer of this card is a supporter of the PBA, and you should try to extend every courtesy. So sometimes this card, when you get in trouble with the police, it'll let the police know you are in the good graces of another policeman. In essence, like they're watching over you, some bull jive. I don't exactly want to say white privilege, but just some bull jive, because it later goes on to say, sometimes the police will let you go if you get stopped in a traffic stop. Sometimes they won't. Obviously, in this situation, Zeke ain't getting no love because he don't even know Ramirez is missing. And then Monet comes storming in, and I actually was happy to see the way she stormed in to save this boy because they was doing him wrong. Zeke didn't know that he could just get up and go if you're not under arrest, and they did play him. And while Monet is saving him, Meth McLean comes in, and Monet is cussing and bussing, and you know she's mad. I don't think she gave up the draws because she still got an attitude going on. She hot. And she's trying to just diss Meth McLean, and he tells her, look, the press is out there. They know this boy got arrested. You need to go through the back door. Let me help you out, and I'll handle the press. And that's exactly what he did. They went out the back door. Meth McLean goes and smooth talks the press and just says, look, this guy is an outstanding citizen. He's an outstanding college player. And the only thing he was doing was cooperating with the police the way a public figure would do. And I love Meth McLean in this role. He's playing the hell out this role. I just got to admit that. I bit that too. I loved it. Every minute of it. Him and the way Tate be putting on as a politician, love it. All of it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get to this clip, and I just got to play it one more time.
Zeke, you on your way to the NBA, and you out here getting caught up in some community pussy.
Shit! You always talk about having my best interests at heart, but you don't tell me shit to protect myself. This is my life. My career. Shit! You always talk about having my best interests at heart, but you don't tell me shit to protect myself. This is my life. My career.
Oh, Zeke, you done been famous for two things I don't think you was trying to be famous for. She don't know nothing. And this clip right here, basically Zeke is telling Monet, you ain't protect me, you ain't protect nothing. He's hot. And did you guys see the way Monet was just looking at him? That was funny as too. That was funny as hell too. The way Monet was just looking at him like she wanted to laugh, but she didn't. I was like, man, y'all need to stop power. Y'all is wild. Now Zeke is sad, and in this sad bit, how much I want to guarantee he's going right back to Monet. Right back to Professor Addiction. That's where he's going to go. Kane shows up to beat up Reek and tell Reek that Zeke was screwing Carrie, and nobody knew that. Tariq didn't know it. How was he supposed to know? And Kane is just getting more and more frustrated that this thing is going to go left with Jabari. And Tariq is like, bruh, just calm your jets. Don't worry about nothing. I got this. Kane tells him, Reek, nobody's safe, especially you. Now, people, we know Tariq ain't going to take this lightly. Tariq going to come up with a plan. I'm surprised Tariq didn't punch Kane back. What can Kane do? Kane got too much on the line right now to be in here trying to throw fisticuffs when he's trying to get in good with Braden, which is going to get him in good with Mecca. But you know what they should have named this episode, my people? They should have named this episode One Gets Another One Head Over Heels, because we've got all these people trying to get one up on the other one. Mecca's getting one up not only on Kane, but on Monet. Kane trying to get one up on Braden. Then we got Detective Bodyguard trying to get one up on Carrie. And the thing that we want to know with him and Carrie is this. He was in there talking about the hold Carrie has on men. Well, what the hell did she make him do? Leave me your comments on what you think Professor Carrie had Detective Bodyguard do that got him acting like this. Diana goes and meets with Cooper Saxe, Meth McClain, to try to do something about getting her dad out of jail. Cooper Saxe wants no parts of this. And he explains his reasons why. Then Meth McClain turns right back around and says, those are reasons we should do business with them. And I'm all with Meth McClain's perspective on that one. Kane has just been trying this whole episode to get in the good graces of Braden. And he's figured out how. Show Braden fast money, loose women, and you got him. It's just that he didn't get him in this instance. But look at the way Kane is looking at Braden. Kane knows that he's on to something with these women. And look at the way Braden is looking at Kane. Duck face. And I got you. So it's only a matter of time, my people, before Braden is going to get sucked into the menagerie Kane is trying to pull. But people, let's not forget this. Kane is not that bright. Tariq is going to see this coming. He won't even need the Hubble telescope to see it coming. And he's going to have an issue or a fix with this thing that's going on with them two. Then we get Cooper Saxe getting it in with this attorney who reveals that one of the people working on the Tejada case was Walt Griffith, who was a crooked, dirty, underhanded attorney who would use and misuse evidence, including drugs. And then as soon as he hears that, my man Cooper Saxe in all his sweat glory gives the man, Meth McClain, a text message. And you know that the daddy is about to get out, which is going to do nothing but fulfill what I said. You're going to have Monet and Mecca with one of the kids versus Diana, Daddy Tejada, and somebody else. And that's how we're going to go in the next season. I told y'all, and you see it coming right here. And then this episode ends with Tariq meeting up with Bash, giving him the money, and letting Braden sign over to be the president of this organization, which I think is going to have some dire ramifications because Tariq and his boy is about to go through the damn ringer, and I'm here for all of it. But ladies and gentlemen, leave me all your comments. Let me know what was your favorite part of this episode. And if you want to get into the runnings to win the Power t-shirt, just go follow me on IG, shoot me a DM on what was your favorite moment from this episode of Power Book 2. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe, get yourself that life game. We'll go live this week, Monday and Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Then we'll follow back up on Friday night at 9 p.m. with the living legend Larry to do Power Preview and Hawkeye Review. Till that next Sex is Hell video, I'll see you.